My next guest has made a name for himself with, let's just call it, passionate approach to saving struggling bars and restaurants. Take a look.
My name is Jon Taffer.
For the next 5 days, you work for me.
All of this is frickin' wrong!
This is your manager. He sits up on the bar. I've never seen that in 30 years.
You're an idiot! This is the palace of a loser.
Tell me I'm a loser. No, to you. You take one drink, I'll fire you in front of
Everyone!
All right, but scores of bars and restaurants now have Jon Taffer to thank for turning their business around. And these days, he's also channeling that passion into his own restaurant, Taffer's Tavern, which has 3 locations along the East Coast, including one right down the road in Watertown. Jon Taffer joins us along with some food from your tavern. Jon, I love your show, by the way.
Thank you.
And you were telling me it's 100% real.
100%.
Not scripted.
Not scripted. And you know, and I say that on my mother's grave, 100%. I've never been to the bars before. I don't see the casting reels in advance. I'm there for 4 days.
Wow.
Crystal. So I get there the first day, I do my recon. That night, I design the bar.
Oh, wow.
The next day, I have to have all the recipes and the furniture ordered and everything. And the third day, we remodel it. And the fourth day, we reveal it. And I got to do the food recipes, the drink recipes, train them, design the interior, get the logos to the sign company and the menus printed. And so it's a pressure cooker for 4 days. And
well, how's your blood pressure after all that hollering we see on TV?
well, it's rough, but I get that hug in the end.
Yeah, you do.
You know, and the things that people say to me during that hug, Crystal, is so inspiring.
Yeah.
You know, thanks for being hard on me, Jon. I needed a good kick. You know, and you know, you helped me with my wife, and you helped me communicate with my son. And so when I get that hug, I fight a little tougher the next week.
All right, and we love to see it. We also love to see all this food here from Taffer's Tavern. And let me tell y'all what you're looking at right here. We've got the game day platter.
That's one right here.
Yep. We've got the hot tavern pretzel. That's this big guy right here.
Yep.
Herbed chicken, spicy chicken sandwich, the Parmesan truffle flatbread, which I have my eye on, and then, of course, the drinks. We've got the campfire and the Cloud 9. Talk to me about when you put together a menu for your own restaurant. What are things that you're thinking about?
Well, you know, in the restaurant business, there's trends and then there's staples. There's things you're going to be eating your whole life, and then there are trends that you go through. Every trend ends.
Yes, that's right.
So I wanted to provide a high-quality tavern dining experience. So you're not going to see a lot of trendy things. You're going to see a lot of predictable things. For example, I know what sports fans are here in Boston.
Yes.
You guys are crazy. So a game day platter has great pork belly on it, which is really delicious, and chicken. So, and then all of our food has a culinary flair to it. It's very high quality.
Oh, yeah.
But it fits flavor profiles that you like, that you're accustomed to. And that is, to me, the appeal of the tavern. And of course, our cocktails.
Right. Well, I was looking at this one, and this is a little bit interactive.
Yep.
So let's get into this. So this is the campfire. And this one's the Cloud 9.
That's correct.
Okay.
Now, the campfire is made with my Taffer's browned butter bourbon.
That's right. Well, I was just going to get to that.
Which I created in Taffer's Tavern.
Really?
One day I was in the kitchen, and one of my chefs was making brown butter. And I took the brown butter, I poured it in a cooking bag, poured in the bourbon, sealed it up, boiled it for hours, took it out, put it in the refrigerator, coagulated on top, skimmed it, poured it through a filter, and brown butter bourbon was born.
Wow.
We put it in a campfire cocktail, and we sell over 1,000 a month of this cocktail. So I'm going to have you pour this.
Okay, got it.
And then I'm going to ignite the wood, just one sec, just to get a little smoke going here.
And it smells like a campfire, for sure.
All righty, go ahead and give it a pour.
Okay.
And you told me you're a tequila drinker.
I'm a tequila drinker, yeah.
Just give that a little smell. Tell me what you think.
Let's see. Let's try it. All right. Oh, I like the big ice cube. I know. It's the presentation. You teach that. You
Absolutely.
teach that. All right, let's give it a taste. That's tasty.
You taste the brown butter in it?
It's sweet, but it also, you still get some of that spice. in there, and of course the smoke that comes afterward.
Yeah.
It's delicious. It's delicious.
Well, this one is really fun.
Yeah.
So this one, I'm going to really have you do some work here.
Okay.
So this is our bubble gun.
Yes.
So this, you're going to dip it in this solution.
Okay.
Just hold it on top of the cocktail and push the trigger, and watch what happens.
That's so cool. I love that.
So that comes out to your table with the big bubble on it.
Yeah.
It pops, and give that a taste.
Okay, let's see. Cheers, everybody. That's tasty. Oh, I love the citrus. The citrus of that light tastes kind of like lemonade a little bit. Yeah.
You know, a great cocktail has three things. There's sweet, sour, and alcohol. If it's too sweet, you don't like it. If it's too sour, you don't like it. If it's too much alcohol, you don't like it. So balance is the key. To balance those ingredients. And when it's balanced like that, that's when it's smooth and it goes down so easily. But, you know, to me, when I create, whether it's on Bar Rescue or for myself, I don't think we're in a restaurant business, Crystal. I think we're in a reaction business.
Yeah.
Because it's the way you react to the food that matters.
I'm going to taste this this flatbread, and I want you to talk to me about how you got into the restaurant bar business.
Sure. I went to college at University of Denver. Actually, I took political science classes, believe it or not. But I started tending bar in college. And, Crystal, I fell in love with the... Good, huh?
Yeah, so good.
I fell in love with the industry when I was in college, so I never really entered the political arena. Thank God for that. but I've loved this industry, and you know, think about it. I make people smile for a living. When I do a good job, you smile with your friends, you smile with your child, with your family. So, what an amazing legacy to be somebody who's focused on smiles. And I looked at that very young in my life and said, you know, I don't want to be in the auto shop business where people aren't smiling.
Right.
I want to be where they are.
Right. So when you go into a place, you know, you talk a little bit about your formula when you're turning bars and restaurants around. Yeah. What is the first thing you look for in terms of, will this even be a successful project, right? Because you all work super hard over those 4 days.
We sure do. You know, fixing a business is sort of easy. Fixing a person is tough. I have to make their eyes land in different places, their brains observe different things and react differently to the things they do observe. That's my biggest challenge. Some of these people, candidly, I could build them the Taj Mahal. Yeah. And they'd fail. Yeah. Other people, they'd succeed in an outhouse with the right training, because, you know, so much of it is spirit and ambition and desire to serve. Great restaurateurs have a desire to serve. You know, I want to serve you. I derive pride from the look on your face when I do serve you. And it's very noble when you look at it in that fashion, that people trust us with an hour and a half of their time. Yeah. Does it ever bother you or get to you when you see that, you know, you thought you set up a business for success, and then maybe a week later or a year later they fail? Yeah. Sometimes in the beginning, now I've done 240 episodes over 13 years. In the beginning, I took it very personally, because I would connect with these people, you know, and I knew their spouse, and I met their children, and I'm caring about the whole family, not just the business, and the well-being of the people involved, the individuals involved. So it was very difficult, but, you know, now I look at it in this way, and I think you'll probably smile when I say this. I take their ship, I true it, I paint it, I make sure it runs beautiful, and I give them a map. I can't stop them from driving it into a reef. Yeah. So I've started to do the best I can, motivate them, train them, give them my heart and soul, if you will, and then I got to sort of push them off to sea and hope they can steer. Yeah. When you choose a place, is location also important? You know, you talk about location with the folks who ask for your help. Yeah. In choosing your restaurant, do you think about location as well? Of course. Of course. You know, it's not only success, but who am I going to serve? Who do I want to serve? And you know, when a restaurant is community-based, with a community focus, you know who lives there. You're opening it to serve that community, not yourself. You're opening it to serve the community. You're playing the music the community likes, the food the community likes. That's when you're successful. And, you know, I call it sensitivity. But, you know, restaurants need to serve their communities, not the other way around. And a lot of owners build restaurants for themselves. If they're going to do that, Crystal, I suggest they do it in their basements. They're better off.
Well, you do. You know what? You do have, this philanthropic, piece to you and your work and your company and things like that. I think many people watched your episodes in Puerto Rico after the devastating hurricane. We all know about how the pandemic really wiped out restaurants. Talk to me about why that work is important, and then we're going to talk about how you're going to be in town for a little bit.
On bar rescue, so often the owners messed up. They weren't responsible. They didn't this, they didn't that, and they caused their own failure. And then I look at the philanthropic work that I do, like Puerto Rico. Wonderful couple, right? Loyal to each other. They're just abundant in every aspect of personality you could imagine. And Mother Nature took their business away from them. They were a month away from losing their house. They had lost their business. There were no provisions because there was no support on the island, so there was no provisions to get them open. So I wound up going to Louisa, was the name of the town, and I wound up rebuilding the community center, the basketball court, the baseball field, and the bar and restaurant. And it was probably the best few weeks of my life.
Yeah.
To really make an impact that way. And of course, now I hear from them all the time, and we're all very, very dear friends. But there's something special when you can help somebody like that in a way that isn't just short term. You're getting them on their feet for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
It affects their children, their grandchildren. It's multi-generational if I can do it well.
Yeah.
It's powerful.
Absolutely. And we're excited to have Taffer's Tavern just down the road in Watertown. We're going to be there.
At Arsenal Yards.
At Arsenal Yards. We love it. And thank you so much. Delicious food here. I cannot praise it enough. And you're going to be in town for a little bit, right?
I am. I'm going to be at Gordon's tonight at Arsenal Yards, and I'm going to be signing Taffer's Tavern liquor bottles.
Yes.
And that's really fun. Hopefully everybody can come out and see me. And I'm at Liquor World tomorrow in Sharon.
Okay.
And then I'll be at the Tavern tonight and tomorrow night, just shaking hands and meeting people and taking pictures and having fun.
All right. We're going to come on down.
Look forward to it.
Jon Taffer, thank you.
Good to be with you.